Lights, camera, review.
Black Christmas is a 1974 film. A group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger who sends them cryptic calls. While trying to enjoy the holiday break, people disappear one by one. Jess must get to the bottom of this. When I watched Black Christmas for the first time, the film was very different from what I was expecting. Nobody knew at the time of its release that Black Christmas would be a horror movie legend, being the first to enforce a dark trope. Olivia Hussey made an excellent leading actress as Jess. I'm surprised that Jess isn't talked about more in the horror final girls category. Jess was ahead of her time, doing things on her own. She is an example to many of how you keep fighting. The film includes strong acting performances from Keir Dullea, Marielle Wellman, Andrea Martin, and the late John Saxon and Margot Kidder. There's a variety of characters, and based on everyone's qualities, I was suspicious of everyone. Mrs. McHenry was one of my favorite characters. Surprisingly, Black Christmas had more comical moments than I had anticipated. All horror films need to do this. We need a break from the horror to have a laugh. Bob Clark's direction of Black Christmas doesn't get enough recognition. Production and the story for Black Christmas were kept simple, relying on camera angles and the unnerving atmosphere. Clark built up the characters so that we knew them. The story is vague instead of over-explaining things in detail. It would have ruined the ambiguity. Based on the script, the original intent was to make the murders more graphic. Clark paid attention to how he detailed the horror in Black Christmas. Most of the murders occurred off-screen. That's what I liked most about it. Similar to a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, its horror is subtle. In contrast to today's horror films, nothing about the horror in this film is over the top. Camera angles were inventive. When POV shots are used extensively, that makes you uneasy. Who are we following? Viewers are not just the audience in Black Christmas. We are also the characters afraid for our lives. I would never have realized that Black Christmas had a small budget. To make scenes involving phone calls more authentic, dialogue on the other end of the phone was added in post-production. However, the actresses were still talking to Clark in their scenes. Black Christmas is a genuinely creepy film. I was on edge during the climax. I was watching this movie alone, and the one scene that scared me was somebody's eye peeking through a cracked door. I kept my bedroom door closed that night. Black Christmas was not a success when it was first released. Thanks to the horror film community, it has become a cult classic. I have heard of the remakes, but based on what I've read, they haven't lived up to the original. If you're looking for a horror movie this Christmas, put Black Christmas on your watch list. Are you going on any travels for the holiday season? A film that I found in the Museum of Underrated Gems takes place on a train. This thriller has a great cast and surprising twists. Catch my review of Night Train. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel or to my Patreon. My name is Marielle, and this has been another one of my movie reviews.